today we will create the new data warehouse based on SAP data source, and will be the data warehouse where we can load the data, where we can historicize the data, transform the data. But let's do it. Okay, I'm starting AnalyticsCreator, and we'll create the new data warehouse project. Let's call it demo SAP. The new data warehouse project will be created. Very good. We have the empty data warehouse project, and the first what we have to do, we should add the new connector to our data sources, which we will use in the data warehouse. Here we have two ways. First, we can add connector as usual. We can select the existing data source. We support different types of data sources like SQL Server, Oracle, flat files, Excel, different ALDB or DBC data sources. We support SAP. We can read the metadata from the SAP system directly from AnalyticsCreator. We support Azure Blob Storage or data sources and so on. But in our case, I will use meta connectors. Meta connectors, this is a predefined information about the tables and columns and the specific data source stored in our cloud. I will import connector from cloud. You can create your own meta connectors very easy. I will use SAP-FI meta connector. And using this meta connector, I can create the new data warehouse, SAP data warehouse, without to have access to the SAP, to the SAP system. And here you can see, for example, all tables, SAP tables related to SAP-FI and controlling. And here, this connector is free. You can use it. We provide you with several SAP meta connectors. Okay, but now I will connect this meta connector with existing SAP system. We have the test SAP system provided by one of our business partners, and I will connect my meta connector to the existing SAP system. Wait a moment. I have to enter here the connection string to avoid the store password in plain text. There is a new feature in AnalyticsCreator. Wait a moment. I can add the encrypted strings. For example, I will add the encrypted string called SAP, and we can store here my SAP password. Save. And now I can use this encrypted string in my connection string. For example, I have encrypted strings, and here this encrypted string will be used and the connection string to the SAP system. Connection successfully established. Okay, and now my meta connector is bound to the existing SAP system. Well, let's create the data warehouse. I will start. I will use data warehouse wizard to create a new data warehouse. I have here two options. I can read the metadata directly from the SAP system, or I can use the metadata already stored on my meta connector, and I will do it. Use metadata from existing sources. Okay, and I will take some well-known tables like booking headers, booking positions, customers, vendors, accounts, company codes, document types, and document types texts. Okay, and I will create the data warehouse based on these tables. Here I can decide what I will do with my tables, with my sources. I will import every source, historicize, create dimensions. I will create the fact transformation from using booking position table. There are two tables, T003, T003T. There are document types, and here I will combine these two tables later in my data warehouse and the staging layer. To do that, I will create here the transformation, and it is not necessary, for example, to historicize the text in the, from the T003T table. Instead, I will combine this table with another table in the transformation. I will show it. Okay, and well, on the next screen, we can decide about the names of the objects in our data warehouse. Okay, there are some additional properties, but let's click on Finish. And now, data warehouse wizard analyzes metadata stored in our meta connector. In this case, it is equal if you use meta connector or the true source. Data warehouse wizard analyzes metadata, tables, structures, references between the tables, and so on, and trying to create the draft version of the data warehouse. Okay, here you can see this is a typical data layer diagram of the data warehouse. From the left to the right, there are the data sources, and there is a staging layer where the data will be imported into. Persistent staging layer containing historicized data or slow changing dimension data. Core layer containing some transformations. Core layer will be used to transform the data which we imported into the facts and dimensions. And then we have the data mart layer. This is the interface layer of our data warehouse. Well, as I said, for example, this table T003 contains information about the document types, and the document types texts, the names of the documents are stored in the table T003. Okay, let's take, for example, we can take a look on the content of this table on the data source. I can click on this data source and click on view data, and here I can see, for example, okay, you can see that I don't know what is it, Japan text, for example. There is a column SPRAS, S-P-R-A-S, and I think we need the texts, the English texts to get the English text. I have to use this where conditions, process equal E. And for every document type, we have here the L text column containing the document name. And I will use this table to extend my T003 table. Here is the transformation, and I will add my table T003T. This transformation. Here I can I will use this reference between these two tables, which we already which we have in our meta connector, and add an additional filter T2. T2, this is the alias of this new table, as per IAS is equal E. And using this transformation, I will add the text column to my, let's call it as text. Okay, what I did, I combined two tables in the staging layer and added the document type text to my T003 underscore B transformation. Okay, AnalyticsCreator, or what is the transformation? AnalyticsCreator prepared the view for us. The transformation, the usual transformation in AnalyticsCreator, this is the view, and AnalyticsCreator combines T03 table with the 003T table, and using this transformation, we extend our document type table with the document text. Okay, let me click on the Synchronize dwh button. When we click on the Synchronize dwh button, the model which we prepared will be materialized, and the data warehouse, the empty database, it's this model will be created on my SQL server. And now you can see here this transformation T003V will be created using these two tables. And here we have the historized table, and this historized table will contain the columns from both tables T003 and T003T. Okay, then let me add some more logic to my data warehouse. We have here the booking headers and booking positions tables. These tables are very big and this data source, and I will restrict the amount of the data which we will import by specific year. Here in this IP square, we can see the definition of our data import, and here I will add the filter. I will restrict the business year. This is a column GR with a specific year. I will create the variable year. Define this variable here, and I will import only the data from the year 2013. Save. Okay. What I did right now, I created the variable year, and I added the where condition, the filter to our data import. Using this filter, I will restrict the data which I will import by specific year. Okay, and the value of this variable year can be changed. No problem, you can change it before you start, for example, your integration service package, which we will generate. And well, the same filter I have to add to booking position table. Okay, here is equal the variable here. Save. Very good. Okay, we added the filters. Okay. In the next step, we after the data are imported, we will historicize the data. If you need more information how the import and historization are working in AnalyticsCreator, you can watch our videos on our channel. I will not spend time to explain it because we have very few time to our demonstration. But I will do additionally now. I will extend my fact transformation. This is fact by sec by some additional columns. Okay, this is our fact transformation. As I said, usual transformation AnalyticsCreator. This is the view generated by AnalyticsCreator. You can see here. First, we will extend our fact transformation by the new table. This is a T003. This fact transformation was created by an AnalyticsCreator wizard. AnalyticsCreator wizard found that there are the tables joined or referenced to the table by sec and used them in this transformation. We will add one more table to this transformation. This is document types table. Okay, here we defined the reference. The table number 7. This is T003 is related to the table number 2. This is a backup table. Oops, sorry. In this relationship. Okay, and now we have to add the surrogate key from the table T003. This is the SATS ID column. SATS ID column, and we will call it FK003. Then, okay, we will use this statement. Use the unknown member from the T003 table in case of the missing entries in the table. Okay, what we additionally will add here, we will add the calendar dimension. Calendar dimension was created by the wizard. This is this one, dim calendar dimension. Calendar dimension, this is just the view, and we will use this calendar dimension in our fact transformation. In the table backupf, we have the blue dot column. This is a booking date, and we will use this booking date in our data warehouse, but booking date, this is just a string containing the date information, and we should convert the string into ID from calendar dimension. To do that, we can use the macros. There is a macro SAP date to ID. And that. Well, what is the macro? Macro in our case, this is just this is very easy with macro, how macro works, how macro working. For example, there is, let me show you this macro. For example, test date to ID macro. Date to ID macros, this is just a SQL statement, and some parts of the statement in the statement are replaced by placeholders. For example, this double.1, this is a placeholder. If we call the macro date to ID, this double.1 will be replaced by the first parameter. Okay, it's very easy. And here's one more macro. Okay, for example, this macro will convert the date or date time into ID from calendar dimension. There is one more macro, for example, subdate to ID. SIP date, it is not the date column, but this is a string. First, we have to convert the string into date time. We will do it using this statement, convert date time using 112 format, and then we call date to ID macro to convert the date time into ID from calendar dimension. Anyway, if we take a look on our fact transformation, how this macro call will be resolved in the view, and instead of the macro call, we can see here this statement. As I said, macros are very easy but very powerful. Okay, now we have all dimensions in our fact transformation which we will have here, and let's add some measures from the table in the sec. We will add the amount. Quantity, and let me add okay, we'll call it tax column. Okay, now we have our fact transformation is created. Okay, I hope I forgot nothing. Okay, very well. Let me synchronize my data warehouse again. During synchronization, AnalyticsCreator is creates the database with the structure I defined here, and okay, we can see everything is okay. Every dimension here is bound to our fact table. Let me do some more things. I will, for example, persist this fact transformation. This fact transformation is pretty complex, and to speed up access to this view, I can persist it and add persisting. Yeah. Okay, when we persist the view, the content of the view will be stored in the table during the ETL process. I will do it using, for example, specific persisting package. Okay, let me synchronize the data warehouse again. Very good. Okay, then let's take a look on our data mart layer. Data mart layer contains the views. If I take a look, for example, on this one, this is a doc header. This is just the view which gets the data from our core layer transformation. Okay, important is the friendly names, which the friendly name, for example, for the view dbackup is as a doc header, and friendly names will be used in our OLAP cube as the names of the reporting tables. Let me change, for example, this the name of our fact transformation. Let's call it some underscore bookings. I use underscore to put this table on the top of all other tables in Power BI model. Okay, and then let me change, for example, this team calendar. I will call it, for example, booking date. Booking dates, I think we have. Let me check. Dates. Okay, and snapshot transformation is another dimension. I will rename it into snapshots. Okay. Synchronize data warehouse. Booking dates, snapshots, bookings. Okay, there is one more. There is one more thing I will do. In our fact transformation, I will add some measures. Measures. Let's take amount, quantity, sum. You can see as macro name, you can use your own macro names, but you can use our macro name templates. The macro name, measure names. Measure names in Power BI model should be unique. Therefore, if you have hundreds and thousands of measures, it is difficult to maintain this unique, that every name is unique. And using such templates, you can be sure, for example, that your measure name will be unique. Here in the column parset measure name, you can see how your measure will be called if you use our templates. But of course, you can tags. We have only 3 dimensions, measures. Okay, let me add some more. Measures. For example, we can distinct count of vendors, distinct count of customers, for example. Okay, let's count customers. Count vendors. Okay, we created some measures for our Power BI model. What I will additionally do, I will declare every reference in my Power BI model as double-sided reference. Okay, save. Okay. One more thing that we'll do, we can define the display folders for our attributes. Why it is important for SAP? If I take a look on my, for example, that's a doc segment table, I can see there's over 200 different attributes, and it is difficult to manage such attributes. Therefore, it is not bad to define the display folders for the attributes to be able to distinguish between the attributes and the Power BI model. I prepared the small script. One moment. Sure, I can create. Sorry, this is a wrong one. I connected to Analysis Service database. I will connect to our SQL Server database. All data from my project are stored in the repository. This is the database repo demo. Demo SAP. Demo SAP. This is the name of my repository, and I prepared here a small script which will define the display folder for some of the attributes in my data mart layer. Now, for example, if I take a look on this header, I can see some attributes have the new display folder, and I can, for example, for all other attributes, I will define another display folder. I have to do that. I have one object script which I can use to define the display folders which are empty. Run object script. Okay, I will use the attribute, the display folder names attributes for other attributes. Script. Okay, and take a look. Yes, we can see every attribute will be stored in the display folder attributes, except there are some other attributes, important attributes for me, will be stored in the display folder main. Okay, I think we already our model is ready, and now we will create the deployment package. We will deploy our project, and I'm creating the deployment package. Deployment package in AnalyticsCreator. This is a Visual Studio solution, which we will generate now. We will deploy our data warehouse on premise. Okay, and what I will do, I will create a decwag file. I will deploy this decwag file. I will use 2019 ability level for my database. I will create integration service packages. Use SQL Server 2019 compatibility level. I will create a CSS configuration. I will create XMLA script and OLAP cube. This is my name of my this is the name of my tabular OLAP server. Here we will create cube during deployment. We will use 2019 as compatibility level, and we will create integration service packages. Save, and I think nothing. Let's check what time. Okay, and let's deploy. Okay, it will take some time. If you have questions, you can ask me, or we can do the short break, about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we can continue.